Welcome to Autism on the Sea Special Vacation Podcast. This is Lisa Caslin. I'm your host, and I'd like to introduce Matt Baughman. He is one of our favorite cruisers. He is about to take his third cruise with us on Monday, and he's an interesting gentleman, and he has a lot to share with us today. Matt is actually on the spectrum, and he actually took his first cruise alone last August. So we just wanted to kind of find out how that went for him, and what he plans on doing on the next one, which is Monday in a couple of days. So let me be quiet and say hi to Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing great, and thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan.
Okay. And I understand that you're going to be starting a new job soon.
Yes, I am. Yep.
Good. So you're going to be working for Legoland, I guess, nearby where you live in Michigan?
Yes, I am. Yep.
That's great. That's really cool. So tell us a little bit about how your cruise went. I know that you took your first cruise with us early in 2019 in March, and you were with your mom, and then you decided to go on your own this past August, right? So how did that all come out?
How did it all work out?
How did it come about? You know, how did you feel about doing it by yourself? I mean, that's a pretty big thing to take on.
Yeah, I felt very comfortable because I knew the reader. I had her on my first cruise in March. I had Sandy, and I knew her very good, and me and her really connected on the first cruise, and we kept in touch and everything, and I decided to go on it because it's a Canada New England cruise, which is a part of the cruising thing I haven't been to yet, and I just decided to go on it. I saw a good price and decided to book it because I really wanted to try it by myself, and, you know, after everything happened with my mom and stuff in June, you know, after she passed away.
You needed a break.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you met your staff volunteer was Mindy, did you say?
No, Sandy.
Oh, Sandy, I'm sorry. So
Sandy was my reader on the first cruise.
Oh, she was your leader. Okay, gotcha. So you met her there, and then you guys kept in contact, and that kind of gave you the confidence and, you know, feeling that you could do this if Sandy was there, right? That's great.
Yeah. Okay,
so let's talk about autism and how it has kind of affected your life, and the things that you do, or maybe the things that you haven't been able to do, and how this experience has kind of maybe opened things up for you.
Well, autism, I just found out that I had it 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
When I was 30 years old, after I got forced out of a job, I found out that I had autism, and that was why the way things were working out the way they were, even though I worked there for 14 years, it was just overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
With what I had to, deal with the everything.
That must have been an incredible jolt to find out at the age of 30 you hadn't been diagnosed all those years. That must have been shocking to learn that.
And
How did you deal
my
with
mom
that?
was shocked, and I saw some commercials, and I sound this sounds a lot like me, but I don't know,
Mhm. Well, you're obviously high functioning, so
I am.
That's probably why it went undetected. But now that you are more familiar with the condition and understanding what it means, I'm sure that has helped you some, right? It must make you feel a little bit better.
Exactly, it has helped me, and I want to get the awareness out. That sell autism awareness products.
Hmm.
In my local community, I stood on at the mall this past holiday season on the weekends, and I sold them there, and I did okay, but really truly I didn't do as good as I thought I was going to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the awareness is totally out there yet.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, that's why we do this podcast. That's why we do this podcast.
Exactly.
So I am so happy to have you today, and I want to hear everything about the cruise that you took in August. Where did you go?
I went to Canada, New England. I haven't been to that part of the United States.
Yes, I've been on that cruise. That's a really nice cruise, and it was a good time to go in August. When it's super hot.
It was nice. It was something different.
Mhm. Did you go to Nova Scotia?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Did you like it?
It was a 9-day cruise. It was really nice.
Oh wow, 9 days. Goodness. All right. So when you were on the ship, what kind of I mean, obviously there's a lot of kids that the families are traveling, and
exactly.
A lot of times it's younger kids that are kind of part of the program with the staffers.
There was mainly, actually in this one, there was mainly teenagers and some adults.
Okay. So what did you do? Who did you kind of hang out with? What were your daily activities like? Who did you, pal up with?
Oh, I had a one-on-one, so I mainly went down. I mainly went to the trivia and stuff, and hung out in respite a few times, and I would go into the evening shows.
That's great. So Sandy kind of hung out with you, and she.
No, it was somebody else.
Okay.
But she was the leader of the group. It was somebody else.
Okay, and that's awesome because you had a companion to hang out with and do stuff
that's
with,
right?
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Did you do any excursions?
Did I do? I did every except in Boston. I did a little bit of excursion around everything, pretty much.
So you got off the ship?
Yeah, at every island. Yep.
Good. So what was your favorite part of that cruise in August? What do you remember most? I mean, did you feel a sense of relief, like, wow, I did this. I can go anywhere, and I don't have to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Independence.
It was. Sometimes a little bit overwhelming. You see people with their families and stuff, and but it was a good experience.
Good. Well, it must have been because you're going again on Monday.
Well, I'm going with one of my good friends.
Oh, okay. Good. And where are you going to go this time?
I'm going to the Bahamas for 4 days.
Good for you. So tell me, if you have a friend that is sort of in the same sort of situation as you, and would like to take a trip like this, what would you tell them? If maybe they were a little scared to do it, what would you say?
Definitely at least try it.
Mhm.
It's a fun experience.
Good. Any other advice that or anything that you want to share that you think is important for people to know? Families that have children on the spectrum, or a child with disabilities. Is there anything you want to say?
Always find ways to communicate with them the best way you can.
Okay.
Because that's a big issue,
Uh-huh.
At least it is for me,
Yeah. So do you have any specific thoughts or advice on how to break through to a child that maybe is not so verbal? Do you have any insight?
I don't know.
No. Everybody's different, right? That's the thing.
Exactly. Everybody's different, but if you can't get them into the, how do I put it, the programs as soon as you can.
Uh-huh. That will help.
I guess that's the way you put it, the programs, the counseling and stuff.
Uh-huh.
The therapy.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that really does help, and the earlier you can do that, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do you think that a vacation with autism on the seas on a cruise ship is a good idea for kids that are on the spectrum?
Definitely.
Why?
It's a lot of fun, You're included with people with that have disabilities, and I wish I'd done it sooner, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot nicer. It's a lot more, because when I lived by myself, that many times that I did, with my mom and stuff, and with my family, I had nobody to communicate with that had a disability, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except
you
time
were among your peers.
To find somebody.
Yeah, people who understood you and got it.
Except one time I did find, once or twice I did find somebody.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
Well, listen, I thank you so much for talking with me today, and I wish you a very, very happy, safe trip on Monday. And hopefully we'll catch up with you again this year and hear more stories.
That sounds really good.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank
Have a great
you.
day. Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.